Go for it.
All right. Happy Monday. It is the last team call of 2018. If you can believe it, I know I can't. But we have lots of stuff to cover, so I will be short and sweet. Transform 20. Who on here has their step? Whether it's in the mail, it's in your house. Look at all those steps. I love it. So Transform 20, the challenge packs are on sale. Keep selling them, talking about it. If you buy a challenge pack or buy something Transform 20 between now and the 7th of January, you can be part of Shaun T's special test group. So the 7th, it will open for prep week, and then we'll start on the 14th. So awesome opportunity. If you have been a part of a test group with a coach, with a super trainer before, you know how awesome they are. If you haven't, then this is one to be a part of. Transform 20. So yeah, that's all the good stuff with that. Super Saturday, we're going to segue from Transform 20 to Super Weekend. It's no longer Super Saturday. It is Super Weekend because there are events held Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So make sure you are checking in the back office, check online. If you don't know where your Super Weekend event is held, we can make sure and get you the link so you can find that because you want to be there. They have a special Transform 20 workout that was made solely for Super Saturday. It is not going on VOD. It is not, being available to everyone. It is strictly for people that go to this event. So be there. I know I will be at the one in DC. Other things. So things they'll be covering at Super Weekend is the changes to the Road to Elite. So they're getting rid of the leadership ladder. Some of you might be saying, what the heck is the leadership ladder? Well, don't worry about it. It is by the wayside, but a lot of the things that made the leadership ladder what it is have been kind of transformed and made into the Road to Elite. So if you have ever heard Premier, Elite, any of those kind of team lingo before and you want to know more about it, go to the Super Weekend, check out the FAQ. Hold on. Sorry. Check out the FAQ and you can learn all about it. They'll be talking a lot about that at the Super Weekend as well as other training opportunities in the coming year. Super Weekends are a great opportunity if you have customers that are like, what the heck do you do as a coach? Bring them to those events. If you have someone on your team, a friend that you're like, you should do this with me, whether they're a coach or a customer, bring them to that event. I mean, it makes it real. Like all these people on your computer screen are real people and you can touch them in real life. I've said it before. So go to a Super Weekend. It's awesome. That's all I got.
But you want to bottle up her energy and give it as a gift?
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Shalom. Whatever you do. Happy
Thank you, Bree. Yeah, definitely, guys. Our team is big in Atlanta, DC, and Philly Super Saturday. So if you guys haven't gotten your tickets, go do it. I know the Atlanta one, they're about to make a big announcement, so stay tuned for that. And in Philly, my corporate mentor will be here, so I'm going to be working on like a itinerary to possibly do breakfast or lunch with him. And everything that Bree mentioned with Elite and Premier, we'll be doing a team call on that at the beginning of the year because it's not just Premier and Elite anymore. There's stepping stones that help you guys understand how to build to that. So it's not this like far off thing where you're like, well, I'm here. How the heck do I grow to, this many people or this kind of rank? They're really giving you the stepping stones, kind of like how you go through grade school. You got to start at kindergarten to build to that point. So we'll be teaching on that in the new year. So tonight, Claire should be hopping on, hopefully. But I didn't really want to speak tonight because you guys hear from me all the time. I wanted, though, to connect before the craziness of the holidays and take some time to really kind of reflect on where we've been this year and where we want to go and what does that look like, because now's the time to start thinking about, what do you want out of 2019 and what are you willing to do to get there, both as a team, as an individual coach, as building your own team, and really thinking about that from a tribe perspective. So I had reached out to the leaders in Glow Diggers and asked them to kind of speak about like where they've been and what they've experienced and what their vision is for this team, because I think it's you guys, you know me, and hey Katie, I'm gonna meet you. You guys know that we've accomplished a lot of big things as a tribe, but I also think that we have a lot more to give. So I wanted it to come from them because, like I said, you guys hear from me all the time, and I think it's really meaningful to have somebody who's, you know, close to where you're at in the business and understands the struggles of where you are and can set the vision for where we go as a team. So Liz is on here. Hopefully Claire will pop on. And I just asked her to speak from the heart and kind of speak to, like, you know, where she sees this team going. And it's not like a teaching thing. It's just like literally I asked her to pop on and just say, like, you know, what do you want to see out of 2019? And I'd love for it to be a conversation as well. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Liz.
Thanks, love. I'm going to actually move and go sit. Sorry, I didn't know I'd be going first, so I thought I might have like just a spare minute, but that's okay. All right. Hello. Okay, so a few things sort of came to mind, I think, this year that I was thinking about for next year. So I think two really cool things happened this year on our team, and some of you who are new probably don't even know this, and some of you have been around for a while are gonna be like, oh yeah, that's interesting. So some of us, like half of the people on this call, and Claire who's coming, and Steph, like we've all been around since I started, which isn't even that long. Claire was before me. But like that consistency, I think, is really cool. Like we went through a lot this year as a team. We went through a lot this year as individuals. And as we think about like myself, Claire, Bree, Steph, like we've been on every call every Monday. Like we are like the crew. And I don't mean that like if you're new, you're part of the new crew. So I don't mean to like separate us into two. But I think that's really cool because a lot of teams don't have a solid group of people who are that consistent. Like we are consistent AF, okay? For Bree to do the announcements like every single week for a year, I would bet that no other team has that. And it's the same with like our morning workout crew. Those girls crush it at hours of the day that I can't even imagine. And so like that consistency that we've created, I think in pockets has built so much potential that we just haven't figured out like how to unlock yet. But I think it's something really special about our team that like when it is hard and we feel like we're not where we want to be as a team, or we're not ending 2018 where we thought we would, like there are still some really cool things that have happened, and building those tribes like within our tribe I think was a huge deal this year. I know it kept me going. I know it's kept a lot of people going because you can count on it. Like every single Monday night, you can count on Bree, you can count on Steph and I and Claire being on this call. And like when you have 6 people to show up for, like that's a different level of accountability. So I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool that the morning workout ladies have done that too. And I think like the trick for us is figuring out how to build that into a bigger tribe and a bigger team in 2019. Sorry, I have to take breaks and drink a lot of water these days. So that was one thing that I was thinking about that I think is really cool. The other thing that I think is really cool about our team that gives us a ton of potential is we are really spread out. So I follow a couple of other Beachbody coaches who like they meet as a team in person. Like they're all within like an hour of each other. They're this like, and they have like their little pocket of the world, which is cool. But for us to all be in different places and to be spread out, and even like there's a couple of us in Richmond, there's a couple in Atlanta, there's a couple in Philly, there's a couple in Colorado. Like I don't even know where everybody is, but like we're everywhere, which makes the potential for us to grow this team and spread out like in the whole entire country basically. I think we have people even on the West Coast now, is crazy. And like that's, I think, a unique perspective that our team brings on the business that not every team has, because a lot of people build their team based on people who are right near them, which obviously Danielle has done with Hokies and Atlanta and Philly and stuff. But now that we're all spread out, it's a really cool opportunity for us to build our businesses in different places and come together as a really huge team. So I thought I was watching this Insta stories of another coach I followed this weekend, and she like literally got her team together in person, and they were all just like there because they all live together. Like they go to the same coffee shop, which is cool in a different way. But I think for us, it gives us so much potential to like spread the glow all over creation. And it can feel really hard at times. Like we're all, like the world is so small, but it's really not. So I think, yeah, exactly. It makes things like Summit and Super Weekend, which I'm still going to call Super Saturday because I always call things the wrong thing like forever. So that is what it is. So I thought like that was another thing that I feel like some of us have had times this year where we're like, the world is small. Everyone knows Beachbody. Everyone knows what we're doing. Everybody knows us. And that's really not true. And we have to like remember that. And then the third thing that I was thinking about that I think is really a huge opportunity for us in 2019 that I hope we find a way to get super excited about and super, like, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for, is this retreat that Danielle is planning at Disney. Like, I went live on the team page about this because I was kind of disappointed in the lack of excitement. And like, I'm not a Disney person, and I was really excited, and I felt like there were Disney people who weren't as excited as me. But like, this is a really cool opportunity. It's a huge thing for Danielle to do. It's a huge commitment to our team to put it out there that she would spend her hard-earned money to take us to a place like Disney as a team. And I think, you know, that is something that a lot of teams don't get to do. And I know for a fact, every single one of you watch a Beachbody coach on Instagram who have seen them go on that trip, and you've had that thought of like, oh, damn, that's cool. I want to do that. Well, now it's our turn now. And I think like we need to find a way as a group. And in 2019 with Transform 20, I think we can totally do it to get really excited about that opportunity, because yo, like it's your turn to do it. There's no other way to say it. Like, you've watched other teams do it. You've watched people go on these trips and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Well, let's do it. Like, what other place besides Disney? That's freaking cool. And I'm not even a Disney person, and I think it's cool. So I need all the education on Disney things that I don't know about. And then the other thing that I'm personally super excited about, am I still here? Okay. That I'm really excited about this year that I hope you guys can get excited about is Summit. Back in Indy, my fave girl, Rachel Hollis, and all of you guys, some of you know this, maybe some of you are maybe even newer than this story. I was like on a plane basically to Indy this year, and I had to, like, the day of my flight, cancel my trip. And it was heartbreaking and it was awful, and there were a lot of tears about it. But I am just so excited for Summit next year. And I think like no matter what you do in your business, whether it's like crushing it at the beginning of the year or you're having a slow start, like that's the thing that, like, Disney is step 1, super attainable, and Summit is step 2. And let me tell you, if you hype the heck out of both of those things for the first part of the year, like, your wave is going to be so freaking huge. Like, it was just, yeah, all the things. So I won't get into Summit too much because it seems really far away for a lot of people, but like, those are the things that make this business really cool. And I encourage you to commit now to something other than fitness and something other than a program in 2019, because that's what makes you push for big things, is like, it's not a program and it's not to lose 5 pounds. Like, I love you all, but like, we all want to lose 5 pounds and it's great and it feels good and it's fine, but like, it's not the big, super fun thing to run to. And so I encourage you, whether it's Disney or Summit or both, hopefully it's both, to put those things on your radar now and like start getting excited about where your business will be at that point in 2019. Because I guarantee you, if that's what you're working towards, you'll get the results, because you'll be so committed that like the results will come, you'll be pumped, you'll have like this amazing mindset and attitude and like refresh for life. And that's what is really the fun thing to work towards, not like getting good results in Transform 20, because you're already going to do that. So let's just not even put that. That's not even the first step. That's like already done basically, because we crush test groups and like that's our thing. The big goal is Disney, and the big fun thing after that is Summit. So those are my thoughts. I would love to take questions or chat with you guys about different things. Who's planning on going to Summit? Oh my God, everybody. Maybe not Kate. Sad. It's okay. I'm
Kate,
sure you have a really good reason.
I wanna
Oh yes, weddings. Weddings are a very acceptable excuse. I love weddings.
we'll talk about it, my friend. I want to put all of that was like, obviously I'm not even gonna like follow up because everything Liz said like second, but I want to put Bree on the spot and let her speak to this a little bit, because Bree's been to 2 summits now. She's been to multiple Super Saturdays, and I want you to kind of speak, piggyback on what Liz had said, because you've seen our team evolve and grow as well, and thinking to 2019, like, what do you want for this team?
So, kind of what Danielle said, like ditto everything Liz said. Mic drop, we could just end the call now, but it's really been interesting, as an old person, an OG glow digger, to see kind of our team kind of ride this wave. And it's always after the Super Saturdays. It's always after the product launches that our team is just crushing it. But imagine it if we could, turn that wave into a tsunami, like Liz was saying, and just kind of make that wave last all year. And how do we create that momentum that doesn't die? And, one of the things with Summit and Super Saturdays, Super Weekends, whatever you want to call it, is you walk away from those events and it is like the fire under your butt is burning and you just want to conquer the world. Danielle always jokes, she wants to bottle up my energy on, at the beginning of a Monday night team call and give that out to people. But, how do we take that energy and make it last for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday, for Friday, for Saturday? And being present and being on team calls and going to events, whether it's the Super Weekends, whether it's Summit, whether it's getting together with the other coaches and, your customers in town or nearby, kind of creating that community beyond just online is, I think, what's really going to keep that momentum growing. And, Danielle and Liz already said it. We have people everywhere. If that community isn't there wherever you are, make that community. It's kind of the world is our oyster. We have the ability to take it and make it what we want. And much like college, much like your job, whatever it is, however much you put into it is how much you're going to get back out. There have been plenty of times where I have put nothing into it and it shows in my business. I get nothing out. But those times that you lean in and you give it your everything and, latch onto your why, and it's not just 5 pounds. It's, how do you feel? Is it your energy levels? Is it, you feel sexy when you don't have any underwear to wear because your, washer broke, and you're like, I'm down with that because, here we are. I'm happy in myself because mentally and physically I'm there. So I think it's the whole shebang kind of thing that we have to figure out how to keep that fire lit all year round. I think that's my kind of goal for 2019 is keep the fire burning. Wherever it is, on the team calls, in the bedroom, in my workout room, at work, all the above. Keep the fire going, 2019. It's my hashtag. Burn, baby, burn.
Is that like your word of the year?
Yeah, fire. Fire.
I'm gonna make her play that fire song that we played in Mexico. Oh, that was so good. So good. And it's all so true. I mean, I'm hoping Claire can pop on. She's trying to get Brooke down because you guys, like, she's seen us go from nothing. But I think you guys are spot on. Like, how do we go from, this all or nothing mentality and realize, like, going from launch to launch is how you sustain what you do. But it's honestly like setting those big goals for Disney and Summit now and putting them in your face every day to run towards them. Because that was the thing that made me commit to this. I was like, free vacation every year. Hell yeah, I'm going to show up every single day and do it. And I had to change what I was doing, guys, because my first 3 to 4 months, I wasn't hitting Success Club. So I think it's taking this time to reflect and say, right now, what is the action that I'm taking and what are the goals that I'm achieving? And if your business goals aren't happening, it's time to change what you're doing or take action, right, on what you need to do. So it sounds simple, but it's true. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed on the live workouts today, I stayed on and did my work while they were still working out because I need to get it done in the morning or it won't happen. So that was my commitment. I'm going to sit there and do my work on the live workout because that's just when I'm most productive. And I know if somebody's watching me, then I get it done. But I mean, I'd love to open up if Maria or Katie or Kate has anything else to add. Like, you guys are obviously newer and you have that fresh vision for what can be. And I don't want to talk too much tonight, but if you guys have anything to add on, I'd love to open it up on what you want for the team, or don't be bashful. Or Liz, I can tell she wants to say something.
Yeah, I just want to add, like, if this is your first big test group, because I know Lift 4 and Shift Shop were like medium test groups. And I say that not because they weren't good. Like, Shift Shop was a retest, which was awesome, and a lot of our team really likes that from a results perspective. And Lift 4, I think, was a little wonky, but whatever. I really liked the workout itself. But, like, the January launch is always the biggest because for 2 reasons. People are willing to commit. It's like the time of year that people want to commit. And it's like that whole set new goals, finally lose your 5 pounds. Like, after the holidays, you feel bad, whatever. But, like, I would just say that this test group, I think more than any, and a lot of us saw this with Autumn, is gonna be about mindset more than the workout. And that was the key thing in 80 Day Obsession that I think changed for a lot of people, was like, and I didn't feel like this in Lift 4, like, Joel's hot and all, but he, like, that's it. Like, that's what he has going for him. It's fine. It's true. It's like, do your thing. And, like, I think those of us who didn't do Shift Shop just missed out on the Chris piece, because I think it's a huge thing for Chris. But that's the shift that happened for a lot of us during 80 Day Obsession. And I think it will happen again because Shaun T is about mindset more than anything. Like, the workout's only 20 minutes. So there's only so much that can happen, but like I encourage you, whether it's through finding really good personal development or really plugging into Shanti, like figure out your personal development with this test group, because that's what's going to change it for you, and that's what's going to change your business. And like, yeah, I committed to 80-day obsession and I did the workouts and I loved it, but that wasn't how I got the results in my business. I got the results in my business because of my mindset and because I literally just got over myself and shared the ish out of everything. So like Shanti has that same potential, and I think like the things that he says, if you're somebody who likes to listen to music while you work out, totally fine. I would honestly listen to him do the workout at a different time in your day. If you need to like listen to some crazy music to get through the cardio, totally cool. But like listen to him speak at some point in your day because it's so powerful. And that was something I did for the first time in 80-day obsession. I listened to Autumn speak during the workouts instead of music. And it's just like an added layer of personal development that is so good. And I've said it again, and I will say it forever because this also changed for me this year, is like, if you're going through ish in your life right now, listen to personal development about that. If you are struggling with family stuff or stuff with your husband or stuff with like whatever, do personal development on that. Don't listen to stuff about growing your business because it's going to be like in one ear and out the other, like whatever. And I think that's a huge thing too. So for this test group, like let Shanti take over because it's going to be cool. He's awesome. A lot of OG people are coming back for Shanti. And like, if there's other stuff going on in your life that you need to figure out, I got you. I'm right there. But like, don't forget to do personal development on that because that's what's really gonna help push your wave over the, whatever waves do. I don't know that thing. Okay, that's all I got because I don't even know what words are right now.
I thought you were gonna say hump.
Well, I was, but that's not what the wave is called, right? That's like a Bree thing, and I don't know. Bree was on that train. I'm on the different train right now. Not on that train.
So I was going to say that same thing that Liz was just saying. We can get so caught up in whether it's the hub, whether it's in Glow Diggers, our message pods, that's like, oh, what's everyone reading? Okay, I'm going to read that book because everyone else and their mother is reading it. Like I can tell you, I've already pre-ordered Rachel Hollis's new book. Probably totally applicable for everyone, but if it's not, don't flip and read it. Like find your jam, find what speaks to you. Trust me, there are podcasts that I know Danielle listens to that when she says, oh, listen to this, I'm like, that's not where I'm at right now. But there are ones that if I sent it to her, she'd probably be like, that's not where I'm at right now. And you have to find what speaks to you. There have been times when I have picked up an Audible book and I'm in like, nope, not for me. But then I pick up the same book in hard copy and I'm like, oh, not so bad. Find what works for you. And if it doesn't work, don't be ashamed of that either. Kind of what Liz was saying too. Yeah, you have struggles, but so does everyone else. I've said it 16 times already on this team call. My washer broke last weekend. Yeah, first world problem. It's a struggle. But I said that to like 10 other people and they were like, oh my God, my appliance shit the bed too. Like, it's relatable.
Wait, literally mine did too. I haven't had a stove in an entire week. I spent the whole day with a plumber today. So appliance problems, homeowners.
See? And that's the thing. It's like sometimes you just need to start a conversation because like everyone's been saying all night, everyone's got a workout that they love. Everyone's got a program that's going to make, your muffin top melt away. But just connect with people and be their partner. They just want someone to walk alongside the journey with them instead of someone that they feel like just wants to take their money. So just be their friend. Be a friend and listen to people's problems and they'll listen to yours and find someone that's going to help you grow through your problems instead of just complaining about them.
Yeah, y'all are giving it good tonight. Do the other three have anything else to add? I don't want to hear me talk more. Katie? Katie? Want me to unmute you? You want me to unmute you, Katie? Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, what I was gonna close with was today's national wake up call really, really spoke to the things that we're talking about of making connection and setting our sights on like how do we take, our journey, us crushing it, us doing Transform 20 and build, because I all of you wanted to be a coach to help people, right? So in my mind, you want to build a tribe in some sense of the form of that, right? You want people like you on your teams. And I will say that my vision for 2019 is to help all of you find your tribes and find that, like, I want to be, I don't know if you guys follow Amy Rada, but today she sent out 17 diamond gifts. And I was just like, I mean, we have 70 coaches in our Glow Diggers page. Like, why not us? Like, there's no difference between her and us. You know what I mean? So on the National Wake Up Call today, they talked about, and Katie Erstad's like Melanie Mitra's coach. She's been around for a very long time. She talked about this comfortable versus capable mindset, where we get very comfortable doing the same post, doing the same Insta stories, doing the same workouts, following the trend of what everybody else is doing. And instead looking at your business as like, what am I capable of? And where do I want to go? And who do I need to become to get there? I'm actually reading The Compound Effect right now because that was one of the first books I've ever read as a coach. It's super, super simple. And it's like doing that tiny little bit extra of difference than what Liz is doing or what Katie's doing or what my old self 1 year ago did. And she really talked about her story with cancer. And I think that really hits home this time of year, guys, because we have a gift with this business, a gift of time and a gift of health. And if there's one thing you do into 2019, it needs to be to open your freaking mouth, because this business can give time and health to people. I mean, just sitting on this call, I know that Katie's lost over 50 pounds. I know Maria's got into a groove where she had been stuck for a couple years. I know Bree has found her way of nutrition and understanding that better. I know Liz is having a healthy pregnancy right now and isn't dealing with stuff she used to do with her health. Like, this business is helping people do that. And time is a commodity that you can get back. Like when Kate's saying, I can't go to Summit because I don't have more time off. Let's go earn the money to do it. You know what I mean? So I want you to think about your obligation as a coach to pay this forward, and to not just to other people, but to your family, because you guys have changed from the inside out, but it's now our job to shift and stop just doing our journey and invite others to be a part of it. And Katie talked about that an invite is not simply the act of sending the message, it's evoking the emotion by how you talk about what you do. And that can be in your stories, that can be in your posts, that can be in your messages. So I encourage you guys to listen to that national wake up call, because it really, really made me think about, how am I connecting with people? What do I need to shift and adapt to start pushing towards a bigger goal of creating duplication? If you've had this goal of diamond for 6 months and it hasn't happened, guess what? It's time to change what you're doing, right? Because it's time to get on the saddle and work for Disney and work for Summit. What you do now and what you do every day for the next, what do we go to Indy in July? 7 months is how we do hard things. And it doesn't have to be 5 years of your life, right? But it's these short sprints that when we do together, that's how you guys get on stage and like have that moment of like, we freaking crushed it. And it's going to be hard, but it's going to be simple. Are you going to call in sick to yourself, or are you going to just go for it as a team? So I really encourage you guys to listen to that call, because it kind of really spoke to me, especially this time of year. And thinking about this month is not over. There's so much left in this month. Please look at the team calendar, because we have a pop-up shop coming up right after Christmas. Guys, people get lots of money on Christmas. They want to start, like Liz was saying, they want to start getting in shape. So having those conversations now, talking about what you're doing now, it matters. And giving, like, in the sense of like, what value are you giving, what recipes, what inspiration, and listen to this National Wake Up Call, because you really talked about posting differently. But I just know our team is meant for more. And I think we need to add that movie from Rachel Hollis. It's coming back January 2nd and 9th, I believe. So we're definitely going to need to do an event and get as many people in our downline there as possible. And I think what we have is really special, and it's now time to take our fitness journeys and build a business, because you guys are freaking boss babes. And there is no reason that you cannot have a tribe just as big as what the hub is right now with us on your own. There's literally no reason. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to figure it all out, because I sure as heck don't. But I know our team is special, and I want you guys to know that I really believe in you, and I know that you're capable of more, and it's now time to go do it. Any closing thoughts? There's some chat.
Can we do a boomerang?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just took my hair down so I look ridiculous.